3, 2, 1, go!
Thank you!
Well, this is one of the biggest races in North America. That's why we call it the North American Championships. Every other year, the World Championships are run every second year, and every 4 years it's in the U.S., and it alternates between the U.S. and Europe. So the World Championships were held here in Fairbanks most recently in 2001. And this year it's back in North America and is just down the road in Canada, in Dawson. But this race is run every year here, and people travel from all over the world and all over the United States to race in this race. Limited North American Championships are held the second weekend in March, followed by the Open North American Championships, which is the third week in March. And the Open North American is we call it the granddaddy of all sprint races. Like I said, it started back in 1946 and is run every year. And in the Open North American Championships, teams can go out with as many dogs as they can handle. You'll see teams often 18 dogs, up sometimes as high as 24 dogs in a team. The Limited North American is right towards the beginning of the Fairbanks Winter Carnival each year, and the Open North American Championships kind of puts the end on the Winter Carnival here in Fairbanks. This is a 3-day race, and it's the winner's determined by the cumulative time in each day. However many dogs you take the first day, whether it's the 6-dog class or the 4-dog class, those are the only dogs you can run over 3 days. You can't bring in a fresh dog on the second or third day. So if a dog is not running very well, a lot of people will have to drop a dog, but they can't replace it. So some people in the 6-dog class will go out with 4 or 5 dogs if they have a dog that's not doing very well after the first or second day. What's unique about the North American Championships is on the third day, the teams actually go longer. And I'm not sure if there are any other races that do that. It's more challenging for the dogs because they get used to whatever distance they're running, and on the third day, they have to run a little bit longer. We've got a number of different classes. We've got the ski joring, that's where a dog pulls you on cross-country skis, and they can run either 1, 2, or 3 dogs, 3 being the maximum. In the sled classes, we've got 4 dogs, 6 dogs, and 8 dogs is the largest class here at the Limited North American Championships. In the ski joring class and the 4-dog run 4.5 miles each day, and then on Sunday they have to run almost 6 miles. In the 6-dog class, they start out at 6 miles, and on Sunday move up to close to 8 miles. For spectators or people just coming up here might think that this is great weather. I mean, it's pretty sunny out, and the temperature's right near or even a little above freezing. It seems to be about 30, 35 degrees Fahrenheit right now. That is not good for most of the dogs, especially the dogs here in Alaska that are bred and trained in weather that can be sometimes as cold as 30, 40 below zero. So when it's sunny and warm like this, a lot of the Alaskan Huskies have a lot of trouble with it, and we have to give them ice chips before the race to help cool them down. They just overheat. And for a lot of dogs, especially Alaskan Huskies, that prime temperature is right around 0 degrees Fahrenheit.
We have to do some different methods of watering. We use a glycocharge to, it's like a Gatorade to dogs by Animate. It's a Gatorade drink. And I also make it into an ice cube and I mix it with a little bit of beaver meat for protein. And then that helps them a lot recover quicker and faster. I'm sponsoring some kids from Europe and some adults. They're the first time they're coming to the U.S. 2 teams from Moscow, 2 teams from Warsaw and Poland, and 1 team from Mexico. So they've asked me to help them out this year in the IFSS and the World Cup in Dawson City. So I leave from here Monday. I head for Dawson with 46 dogs.
This is, I can't tell you how many years we visited this event. And, you know, I think it was last year when we came away thinking, gee, is there some way that the state can help promote this extraordinary event, this winter activity, this fur and ice? And, well, all you people
I was asked to participate in the first ever Governor's Fur and Ice Fashion Show, presided over by Governor Frank Murkowski. Being a Florida girl, I wasn't going to pass up a chance to wear some of these beautiful coats.
Bradshaw from Jacksonville, Florida. She's the producer, by the way, of Larry Csonka's North to Alaska for the Outdoor Life Network. Hey, can you use a sportscaster?
Hey, we couldn't see it all in a week, but we saw enough to know that in Fairbanks, they don't let a little snow and ice get in the way of a good time. They do spring fever Alaska style.